and welcome to Yes, a Stripper. I am your host, Daisy Ducati, and we are here with the legendary Spinning Shea. I am so excited.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And we should have done this a long time ago, honestly.
For damn sure. Long past due.
Yes. So, how have you been and what have you been up to?
I've been doing good. I've been booked and busy, traveling a lot, performing a lot, as I always do. So just keeping it going.
Hell yeah, you know it. I see you have been traveling all over the place.
Yeah.
I recently saw that you were in Japan.
Yes, that was so exciting. It was my first time out to Japan. And it was originally supposed to just be a vacation, but then my ass with my connections everywhere. I had a friend out there who's like, look, I'm gonna have a show. You wanna perform? So it became a nice work trip that I got to do a performance, my first international performance. So it was very exciting.
What was it like? What was seeing out there?
It was definitely cool. Like, the show that she puts on, she has just a bunch of different dancers, and it's just like a venue that like they normally wouldn't have a chance to perform. Like the clubs out there are definitely different, so they like having just their own kind of thing. Same reason why I put my show on is so I just can do something different what you want to do. So it was definitely fantastic. I loved it out there.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And didn't you just have your birthday show as well?
Yes, I did. I just
Happy
had it
belated birthday.
a week ago. Yeah. It was so much fun. Putting on my own birthday show though is definitely a lot of work. But you know, all the stress and like running around crazy was definitely worth it. Like I definitely think this was like my best performances I've done for one of my shows in a long time. So it worked out.
Yeah, producing is always super complicated, but it's so
Oh
much
my.
fun. And you put
I've
on
had
such great shows.
Yes, you've been a part of it a couple of times.
It's so much fun. So much fun.
Amazing. I like having like a place where I could do different themes and such and be like, you know what? I want to do a little lyra. I want to do some flying pole. I want to do this and that, whatever the fuck I want. Hell, I don't even want to touch a pole sometimes.
Yeah.
I've had some of my shows where I touched the pole once and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
tired.
That's the fun thing about like producing your own show is you don't have to like necessarily fit it to a specific venue or like someone else's vision. You can just kind of like go crazy with it. And I love that about your shows is you pull together such like a wide variety of talent and people who have different skills and different styles, different looks, and like it's such a well-rounded show, you know?
Thank you. It's been a mission getting it together. Yeah. Wow, it's been 4 years now. So yeah, I've had a good run so far and gonna keep it going.
If you gotta, I love it. Your shows are so much fun. So much fun. It's like with all the excitement of a strip club, but with like top tier, like feature level performers for every single performance.
100%, 100%. It's a definitely a good ass time.
And you've just been killing it lately. Like, so, okay, we gotta talk about it. You performed on stage with Snoop. How was that?
Yeah. I've done that a couple times now. I think it's been like 8 or 9. I don't know. I lost count. But I've done a couple of his shows and it's just always such a good time. And I like that they like consistently like rotate and try to find like dancers like from that city and stuff to work it and everything. So then like whenever you go to new places, you get to meet other dancers and make those connections and then have that experience together. It's
Yeah.
just
That's it.
100% best experience ever.
That's amazing. Is that one of the biggest crowds you performed for?
Oh, for damn sure. I remember like the Arizona show had like 15,000 people, and I was like, all right, we rolling. See, but
Yeah, I
that
can't imagine.
it was definitely crazy, but like I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable being in front of a 15,000 people crowd than being in a 15,000 people crowd.
Amen. I'm
Like
right there with
the
you.
experience of it. Cause I'm like, great, I can see all of you, but I'm not like
Look,
in
no
amongst
touch.
all of that. Right.
Exactly. I know exactly how that goes. I feel you. But man, the adrenaline must be insane.
Always, always for damn sure. Then like when you have like, especially when you've done it a couple of times in a row, like you'll know the parts coming up in the music, you'll know like kind of what he does on stage, where he's gonna be. So sometimes you can catch that good moment of like that interaction. Those always make for the best fucking videos once I find it. Every time I get off, like, every time the show ends, I go straight to like Instagram and like search the Snoop Dogg like tag and try to keep pulling up videos from everywhere. That's how I've gotten so many different angles.
That's awesome. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
It's also fun when there's like other dancers and stuff that follow me that are in the crowd. They'll have me be like, "It's Spinning Shea." I'm just like, oh, when people actually recognize you from it.
And that's one of the cool things about your fan base specifically is like your fan base isn't just like straight men that are strip
Right.
club fans. Like your fan base is
100%.
is a lot of strippers as well.
Oh,
And
100%. Like my fan base, my customer base, all of that typically tends to be like women and other dancers. And I love it. It's honestly the absolute best because catering to straight men sometimes can be.
I've heard that.
So like it's nice when like because men don't give a fuck about like the skill, the pole, all the crazy shit most of the fucking time. But like
Yeah.
women see that shit and they'll go fucking crazy for it. It's just like, huh, thank you. You're not just thinking of what my fucking pussy looks like. You actually supporting what I'm fucking doing.
Right. Like sometimes when you're just dancing in the club, like you almost don't want to do all your tricks because you don't feel like it will be properly appreciated, you know? But
Right,
when
right.
you're performing like at your own shows or at a different kind of event, like it gives opportunity to for people to really appreciate how like athletic what you do is.
100%. That's why, like, I always love the energy of shows and everything. And I do get that sometimes at the strip club still. Um, but then it's like, the nights that not nobody comes in to see me, nobody's in town or shit. And I'm just
Yeah.
like fighting for like the regular fucking crowd. And it's just like, oh, okay, let's see how this goes.
Enough. So let's talk a little bit about dancing in Vegas.
Damn.
Vegas is our kind of scene. And I said, we can talk about whatever you want.
Oh, we'll go the fuck off because Vegas. We'll go have some tough skin out here in Vegas because it's not for the fucking weak. It will definitely, if you make it through fucking Vegas, you can make it through fucking anywhere. Because
Real.
it's very oversaturated out here, and a lot of the clubs don't like originality. They just like see girls as replaceable and they play to their type and everything. So if you're anything apart from like the skinniest with the biggest fake boobs and like blonde, white, like all of that, then you're not there. If you got tattoos, fuck no. If you're thicker, no. But for black women, it's fucking horrible out here. Like a lot of the clubs are racist as shit. They'll be like, oh, we got a quota. And it's just like, okay, no.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. And whenever you have to go find a club that will accept you, you have to run around all over town and audition everywhere and just do all this extra bullshit just to be told no. And you don't even get to step foot onto a fucking stage. So it's not even like, let me show you who the fuck I am.
Right. That was the thing that really got to me about Vegas auditions is like half the time they don't put you on stage. They just have you change into a
Right.
piece and then look you up
Right.
and down and make their decision. Like,
Exactly. And it's like, you knew you were going to hire me like before I went in. Cause like when I go in, like I'll wear something nice, but make sure that my tattoos are showing. So like, I'll be like, look, if you see my tattoos to begin with, don't make me go get dressed out. and then tell me no.
Right. Like that's the
Right.
thing is
Like,
like
I appreciate Sapphire for just telling me at the door, no, you're not what we're looking for. I'm like, all right, great. I caught my Uber before he fucking left. I was like, hey, let's go to the next spot.
man, I worked there years ago and the fucking hiring manager hired me and called me fat.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like a lot skinnier than I am now.
Oh
Mm.
my God. Clubs out here are absolutely ridiculous. My last mini club, they had told me that I would to fucking work there. But like, you got 30 days to lose weight. I'm like, there's no healthy way to lose weight in 30 days. What's funny though is that I did, but it was because of stressing the fuck out and not eating enough and like, going the fuck through it mentally. And so like I lost a shit ton of weight. I lost it. I could have, but I just did not care to be in a club where I felt like I had to walk on ice. If maybe I'm one period away from getting fucking fired because I'm bloated this fucking night. I'm sorry. Like,
And
y'all
this
not
is
know women's bodies fluctuate.
like throughout the month. And it's so weird. I feel like from my own experience at Vegas clubs specifically, that like there's this trend with management trying to talk down to the dancers as a means of control
Oh, 100%,
and to
100%.
try to like make the girls feel bad about themselves.
And they're on a complete power trip. It's the same thing as customers coming in, and this is their only chance that they get to reject a fucking girl. So then a man gets excited that he's a manager of this club and gets to tell these girls what to fucking do. And of course, he's gonna fucking power trip the fuck out. Like, a lot of managers are not good for the club. They're toxic as fuck and everything. And it's rare to actually find a management that doesn't have a fucking issue, you know? And so, like, it's because there's just all of these men in charge. Why are men not in charge of these women? What do men know about working the fucking floor as a fucking stripper? Did they strip? Did they try to work for men that think, like, how to sell things to men, even though they think they should get it for free? Like, they don't know that mindset. They don't know how to make that fucking work. They just don't fucking care. Whatever makes the club money makes them money. And they get to be mean to fucking women that would never give them the time of fucking day. Like,
Right. Yeah, there's this weird cycle of like constantly talking down to all of the dancers, and it's not just like, oh, you're too old or you gain too much weight or whatever. Like it's any dancer that walks through the door is going to get talked down to.
100%, 100%. They'll find any little thing because they think that they can nip it. But what they don't realize is that, like, there's a type for every fucking man. Like, you look at, like, all the cam girls and everything like that, there's all types and they're all doing things. They're all have customers and everything like that. So it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like, somebody will like them. Me, I'm up in the club. People are liking me. I'm getting dances and shit. Like, what is the issue?
And
Like, why?
you're not only hot and good at it, but you're also like very well known.
Right, right. And I bring people in, like, and to like tell me I gained too much weight when I had just pulled in probably weeks leading up to that. Honestly, about 50 people into the club, and it would have been more, but they turned away some people that came to fucking see me at the door. Um, but like, to bring 50 people in within 2 fucking weeks and then tell me, oh, you gotta lose weight. Do I though? Do I? When I just brought all these fucking people in, and like, you should be thanking me and giving me acknowledgement. Be like, thanks for like bringing people into the club. And when people that come into the club for me know how the fuck to act at a club, they're gonna be spending money, getting dances, getting drinks. They know how to act. And so to turn away somebody who's bringing business into your fucking club, make it make sense.
Mm-hmm. It's so silly. And like, I've heard so many customers at clubs out here complain that there's not enough variety.
100%.
And like, and there's dancers coming from all over the country also because Vegas is like an epicenter for dancers.
Right,
And
100%.
I hear so many stories of dancers coming out here with hopes and dreams in their bag
And it's just crashed. They lose money coming out here. They don't get anything. They don't
and
realize
they go get the
how
sheriff's
fucking
card
beautiful.
and
And they'll
alcohol
get
cards.
everything beforehand. And then they're out of fucking luck. That's why I always tell girls, I'm like, look, go do your auditions before you like, granted you had to get an application to go to the sheriff's fucking card. But like your business license, wait. Wait until you get like hired and get your fucking sheriff's card. And then when you go in and are signing your paperwork, honestly, go sign in, do it then. That way, you know, you're into a club, you've got everything situated, and then you don't have to be out $300 initially for the business license. Like,
Yeah.
because to come out here and spend all of that getting prepared ahead of time just to be told no.
Yeah. And then you do get hired at a club and there's like 500 girls working.
Right. And you don't end up making shit because there's too many girls working. It's like very competitive. And like you have to be on your fucking feet in the bigger clubs. Like you've got to be on it. It's stressful as hell. That's why I don't like the bigger clubs. Like I don't mind, especially since they didn't fucking hire me. I would have been overwhelmed. I know my ass. I got anxiety.
Yes, it's true. We made a stripper store for your slutty lifestyle, so go and shop the core. But wait, there's more. Pole dancers, listen up. You've learned from hosts, support their growth by shopping here with us. Stripper fans, all you daddies, you can shop here too. Where these threads and solidarity get stuff for your boo.
It's a stripper store made with strippers in mind. Profit share with all the babes to supplement the grind. It's a stripper store made with strippers in mind. Profit share with all the babes to supplement the grind.
Shop with us at YAS, to purchase items that directly support the podcast, our guests, and 10% of profits to a stripper or sex worker charity. YAS,
It's difficult out here. Like you gotta have thick skin to get through it because you go to a big club and there's like hundreds and hundreds of girls and it's very competitive. And so like
Yeah.
you gotta stay on your feet on the go and it can be very overwhelming. Like I just don't like those big clubs. I don't mind that they don't hire me because I already know that my ass would be too overwhelmed in there. Like I've got anxiety. That shit will be just like too much for me.
Yeah. I've worked a couple of the big clubs out here over the years and like it's too much. And like I honestly don't make as much money in Vegas as I do in other cities.
Honestly. Because you gotta be on top of it. And especially like out here, like a lot of the clubs, they don't give a fuck about stage shows.
Yeah, they really don't.
Right. When that's where you shine and everything, you're like, okay, great. This is where I get everybody's attention and love me. Because anywhere else, like all eyes on me on stage, like no fucking problem. But then here, everyone's so preoccupied with like party, getting bottle services, and then pulling for the champagne rooms and everything. Barely anybody's looking at the stage.
Yeah, this is the first city that I never heard of people paying to not go on stage.
Right. Because for them, if they're good at pulling those rooms back to back to back and everything, they don't want to have to worry about like going up on stage when they're about to pull this guy for like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Like
it makes sense. But like it's strange when you're like used to the stage being the main focus.
Right. Like that's how I start my introduction. Like I don't go up to people. Like I said, I got anxiety. Approaching people scares the shit out of me, which is not a good quality to have as a fucking stripper, let me tell you that. So it helps that I happen to be very good on fucking stage. So I go off and I do all that and people fall in love with me from there. And then it's easy for my ass. I'll go around, take the people who tip me. They end up taking me for dances. Great. I do that a couple of times with all the people who tip me. And then I'm like, all right, great. Let me breathe. Okay, wait, I'm back up on stage. So the cycle continues.
Yeah. And it gives them something to talk to you about. Like and break
right. 100%. Because then like I don't like having to like talk and prove myself to people. I absolutely fucking despise it. And so I'm like, okay, no talking necessary. Like, watch me put my legs behind the head on the fucking pole. That's insane, right? I fucking know. So now you want that on you? Let's fucking go.
Yeah, your stage
my-
shows are so wild, man. Like anybody who hasn't seen Shay perform needs to.
And that's why, like, whenever people like actually meet me and I tell them that I'm really shy, they don't fucking believe me. They're like, "Are you serious? He just did all that on stage." I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm cool up there because I know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck to do in these conversations."
Yeah, you're like at home. That's where you feel safe and comfortable on the stage.
Right, 100%. And so it just helps to open that on up, and then it's just like, okay, great. Conversation focuses around me. I know me, and then we could go from there and build up from that. And most of the times we don't even have to continue a conversation. They're like, "Yeah, I want that in my face. Let's fucking go." Makes life easier. Right.
I love it. I love it.
Mhm.
So, where you've danced all over, where has been like your favorite city to dance in?
Um, see, I've traveled a lot, but like I don't really have as much experience in other clubs, especially recently. I've been doing more shows and shit. But like for club wise, I do love going down to Arizona, even though like I grew up there, would never live there. I'd like to visit, so it's good for me to visit. But Arizona has some good clubs. I really enjoy it. Um, California went to shit after all those laws passed. Used to love it out there. Now I have like different gigs and stuff, and that's still got the vibes going. But where else have I gone to? Portland loves my ass, of course. They always show the fuck out for me.
I love
Like,
Portland.
one of the times I went up there to a club, I got like 40 people in there that fucking night. And I was like, damn. Yep. Yep. They always show me love when I come out there.
Portland was one of my favorite places I've danced to. Like I had a
Mhm.
ball and I made great money as
Right.
and it
Because
was
they know
like
how to act
places
at
I
strip
didn't know.
clubs because they've got so fucking many of them. Even though they're all like hole in the wall strip clubs, but there's just so many of them, so people know what the fuck to do there.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it is like everybody at least knows a stripper in real life out there because there's just so many.
Right.
And all the strip clubs feel like very casual little dive bars. Like it's the kind of place I would hang out just for fun.
Right, 100%.
So much fun. And then there's just so much talent up there.
There
So much
is,
talent.
there really is. Mm-hmm.
Like that was the first place I'd seen strippers doing like sideshow stuff and like doing pole and point shoes and roller skates. And
Right. That's just another Tuesday for them out there.
I love it. Every dime I made out there, I ended up spending on other dancers.
Right. Yeah, and that's the bad thing about when I go travel and work places because like I always end up throwing my fucking money. Because like when I'm at home, usually like my first few times in the club, the girls who I see kill it on stage, and I'm just like, yes, I'll throw some money on them. So when I'm just visiting a place, that's all in the same fucking few days that I'm working there. So I end up throwing so much of my fucking money, but I'm just like, look, I see you, appreciate you. I see what you're doing.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. No, a lot of my money stayed at Mary's.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of my money stayed at Mary's. Oh man, that place was fun. So, what does the future hold?
I shall fucking know. We'll find the fuck out. I do have some shows coming up and everything. I have some gigs out here in Vegas. Next month I will be going out to New York. Yeah. Got a couple of shows in LA next month. Let's see where we're going from there. May is still open. We'll figure out what the fuck's going on in May. So shit, if anybody wants to book me, reach out.
Really bad. Oh man. So you have an audience that consists of a lot of other performers.
Yeah.
And like dancers, burlesque performers, contortionists, all sorts of other performers.
All kinds, yeah.
People look up to you.
It's insane.
So, like, what kind of advice would you give to people who want to get to where you're at career-wise?
Just enjoy what the fuck you want to do. Like, this all started because I grew up dancing, doing like ballet, contemporary dance, all that shit growing up. And so, like, I've always loved being on stage, putting on a show and everything. And so that's why I do what I do on stage, is because I fucking love this shit. And I like being in front of a crowd, performing, having different aspects of my performances, building it up because that's what I want to fucking do. And so I just like to be me. All of the shit that I fucking do is just because it's shit that I genuinely enjoy. So if you don't have love for what you're doing, then why are you doing it? And even though like it may be hard, you have to fucking work hard for the shit that you fucking love. It's gonna fucking hurt. It's going to fucking have its hard times and everything. But you just gotta keep pushing for it. Cause otherwise, like, if you give up, you're not gonna achieve where you wanna be. And have appreciation for all the levels of it, the building it up, learning something new and everything. Appreciate every little thing that you start gaining. Because then you'll look back and you'll have like all of these skills, you'll have all of these experiences that you've gathered, and just even the shit you'll have some bad gigs too. You'll have some times where you're not like entirely happy with where you're at in your career, but that's part of the process. So
Yeah.
enjoy it as you go, even though this life is hard.
And that was our conversation with the legendary Spinning Shea. It was so wonderful to catch up with her and hear her perspective on all the things in the industry. She's had so many amazing experiences and a fascinating career path. So it's been really wonderful to have this conversation. And if you'd like to follow Shay, you can follow her on TikTok and Instagram at Spinnin with no G, SHAEX, or on Twitter at Spinnin Shea E, SPINNINSHAEE. So we will see you next time on Yes, a Stripper. Thanks for listening.